right, today we're jumping into a really wild idea. One that pretty much turns everything you think you know about time completely on its head. What if I told you time isn't even real? Yeah, let's get into it.
So let's just ask it right out of the gate. What if time, that constant ticking clock that runs our entire lives, what if it's all just an illusion? I know, it's a massive question, but the argument we're digging into today, it has a shockingly simple answer.
And here it is. This is the big idea. The argument goes that time isn't some fundamental force of the universe. Nope, it's not the fourth dimension. It's just a label, a word we made up to measure something that is real, motion. Now, to really wrap our heads around this, we're going to have to shift our perspective a little. I absolutely love this next part. The source material basically says, get ready for a mental workout. So, yeah, this is not your typical everyday idea. It's time to, as they say, put on your big brain helmet and really prepare to see things in a whole new light.
Okay, so time is a motion label. What does that actually mean? Well, think of it like this. We invented a ruler, but instead of measuring distance, this ruler measures something that's happening literally everywhere, all at once.
This really lays it all out, doesn't it? Reality is just this continuous flow. There are no breaks. But what do? Our brains can't handle that, so we chop it up into these convenient little pieces. Seconds, minutes, hours, years. But you have to remember, these aren't real things out there in the universe. They're just marks we made on our ruler.
And here's the proof, really. Where do these labels even come from? Well, what is a year? It's just the Earth making one trip around the sun. That's motion. What's a day? The Earth spinning once on its axis. Again, that's motion. See? We're not measuring some mysterious, invisible river called time. We're just keeping track of the Earth's movement.
And get this, our own language totally gives the secret away. Seriously, think about it. When you watch a sports replay, what do you call it? Slow motion. You don't say slow time, right? You say you slow down the motion. The word itself is telling us what's really going on. Okay, so what's the big deal? We made up some labels, so what? Well, according to this way of thinking, it's a really big deal. It's like a fundamental trick our brain plays on us. And this little trick, it doesn't just mess with our idea of time, it can screw up how we see reality itself. Here's where it gets tricky. The moment we slap a label on something, our brain starts treating it like a real solid thing. We created the word time, and over centuries, we've convinced ourselves that time is this actual thing that exists on its own. It's the classic mistake, right? We're confusing the map with the actual place. And this has a huge consequence. I mean, think about it. If there's no river of time flowing, then where are the past and the future? Well, the answer is, they're only in your head. The past is just your memory of motion that's already happened. The future? That's just you imagining motion that hasn't happened yet. Only the now is real. All that regret we feel about the past, all that anxiety about the future, what if they're based on an illusion? If the only real thing is the continuous motion of right now, wow, that changes everything. Okay, buckle up, because if you thought time is motion was a big idea, the next step is even bigger. This argument doesn't stop there. It says that everything is motion, not just stuff in motion. The stuff itself is motion. Yep, you heard me. This isn't some abstract physics thing anymore. This is about you. Right now, as you listen to this, you're not a solid, static thing. You are a dynamic, buzzing, organized process. You are, quite literally, a slab of motion. Let's actually break that down. On a big scale, it's obvious, right? Your heart is pumping, your lungs are breathing, your brain is firing. That's all motion. But let's zoom in, way in. Your body is made of trillions of cells, and each one is a tiny whirlwind of chemical and physical motion. Now zoom all the way out. Your entire species, humanity, is the result of billions of years of planetary motion creating the right conditions for evolution. See? It's motion, all the way down. So if we're going to use this motion lens to look at the world, we need some new definitions. Let's start with the smallest thing we can think of, a particle. What is it? Well, it's not a tiny little marble. It's a stable pattern, a little long-lasting knot of structured motion. Okay, so if that's a particle, what's a person? Just scale it up, way up. A human is an incredibly complex, self-repairing stack of synchronized motion loops. Your metabolism, your heartbeat, even your thoughts, they're all just loops of motion, all working together to keep the whole pattern going.
And let's go even bigger. What's a planet? Same idea. It's a massive reservoir of organized motion. It's spinning, it's orbiting the sun, its core is a churning ball of liquid metal. So from the absolute tiniest thing to a whole world, it's all just different arrangements of motion.
Okay, now for the final step. We're going to take this idea all the way to its logical conclusion. If you, me, the planet, and everything else is just motion, what does that say about the very beginning of everything, the Big Bang?
This is like the ultimate question, right? It drives cosmologists crazy. In our standard model of physics, if time itself began at the Big Bang, you can't ask what came before. The word doesn't even make sense. But if you think in terms of motion, suddenly the question isn't meaningless anymore. You can actually answer it.
And the answer is just so simple it's almost funny. So what was there before the Big Bang? It wasn't nothing. It was a whole lot of motion. Maybe it was chaotic, totally unstructured, but it was there. And that leaves you with one last thing to chew on. What if our entire universe isn't some miracle that popped out of nothing? What if it's just one single organized chapter in an infinite, eternal story of motion?